of your, well, I'm trying to answer all of them. Spring questions, if you got any, go ahead and start dropping them in the comments, guys. If you're new to the live stream, make sure you hit and hold that like button right there. If you got any questions, put them down into the comments or the chat or whatever you want to call it right there, guys. So spring is among us. A lot of you guys are still trying to figure out how to get these lawns green. It's real simple, guys. A lot of mowing, yard mastery fertilizer, some irrigation if you got it, rain if it's coming by. And at this moment, here we are, May, what, 16th, 17th, somewhere around there. You should not be fighting weeds as much. Hopefully you put down a pre-emergent in January, February, somewhere around there, and you are tackling those weeds with like Spectricide 470 or something like that. That'll help keep those weeds out right there, guys. So if you got any questions, I want you to go ahead and put them down in the chat or in the comments. And let me tell you this, I did apply my 1600 double dark again today. All right, we last applied it, I want to say we last applied it April 10th. All right, here we are, May, I think it's the 16th. I'm not sure what the date is, but we got about 35 days out of it. I could have went longer, but the reason I put it down today was I'll be we cut the grass today. I'm going to be out of town Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. Monday we'll be cutting the grass, or hopefully Tuesday morning. But between those days, I'm going to get some rain, and we've been getting lots of sun. So as long as the sun is out, guys, that stuff is going to work. This question is from Paul Valle. Vala. Is it a good time to aerate? Yes, very good time to core aerate right now, guys. Okay, it's the 15th. Pull out those plugs, get that fertilizer down, and water that yard. I literally just did I think I talked about that in one of my past videos. I can't remember which one. It's one I uploaded last week. But now is a great time to core aerate your lawn. As long as your yard is 40 to 60% green, go ahead and aerate it. If you're new to the live stream, guys, please hit and hold that like button. That way the algorithm will send people here. This is a good question right here. Tone Kills. When do you use a rotary versus real mower? BYD does not use a real mower because that is a lifestyle change right there. When you get a real mower, you're going to have to mow 4 or 5 times a week to keep that yard the way it's supposed to be. If your yard gets away from you and you have a real mower, you're going to have to start using a rotary mower to get yourself caught up. I don't get caught up in that, guys, because I know I don't have the time to do that. Do I suggest a real mower? That's going to be up to you if you got that amount of time. But real mowing is expensive, and it's just something that I just don't have the time to do. So my answer to that is I use a rotary mower all the time versus a real mower because I just don't have that type of time to sit here and mow my brains out to just try to keep up with that. It makes a great video, guys, but for the average homeowner, I'm not going to say no. You got to make that decision. I'll let these people find out the hard way that they can't keep that life up, and I'm not going to pay $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a lawnmower just to cut my yard so it can look somewhat like a golf course. The golf course guys, they cut their yard dang near every day, especially during the growing season. Do you have that amount of time? All right, so we got another question here. What about brown spot fungus? If you have brown spots, the fairy rings or whatever, here's what you should be doing, guys. You should be applying a fungicide now. Don't wait until you see you have a issue. Do the preventative thing. The granular is okay, but the granular doesn't absorb as fast as the liquid. All right, so if you're going to go to the big box store, buy you some Bio Advanced liquid fungicide, spray it down. Just note, if you have a fungus, that bottle says it covers 5,000 square feet. Read between the lines, that bottle literally only covers 3,500 square feet if you have a fungus. Now, the cheaper way would go ahead and get you a bottle of propiconazole 14.3. You order it on Amazon. You could treat more with that right there, guys. But the guys who walk into the big box store, I like the BioAdvance. Scotch does have one, but it's only a granular. BioAdvance has the granular and the liquid. All right. If you're new to the live stream, guys, please hit and hold that like button so that algorithm can activate and send more people here. A lot of people saying that BYD, you're not uploading as much on YouTube. I have. YouTube doesn't promote my videos as near as much as Instagram does. So you can understand why I don't just keep uploading up here, because to put 4 or 5 hours into a video and then you got over 100,000+ subscriber and then 400 people watch it in 6 days. That's discouraging, guys. That's discouraging. Let's see here. I need to mow the lawn. Everything is green. Yeah, mow your lawn. The correct mowing height for Bermuda grass is 2 inches or lower for the average homeowner. What's up, BYD? Seeing a lot of fireweed this year in my customer's lawn. Haven't had issues before. I heard it grows in thatch. Listen, I would do more research on that, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the fireweed is you're particularly talking about. But weeds, they change from year to year. You can have poor galore. You can have spurge city one year. You can have crabgrass. I don't have crabgrass, but crabgrass is really one of the easier things to prevent. But you can have nutsedge city one year. So it's just going to depend on what type of weather we're having and what type of seeds favor that particular weather that's going to germinate. That's why I tell people, make sure you keep a lot of pre-emergent in the lawn. Make sure you read the label to get the best application rate. Let's see here. We got, how did you get into grass? Got into grass because my daddy made me mow the lawn. Well, no, actually, I was in the country and I was walking down the street and this old lady needed her yard cut and paid me $10 to cut her yard with her lawnmower, with her gas. That's almost like you giving a kid now 50, 60 bucks to cut your yard with all your equipment. And that's how I started at the age of 10, 53. So 43 years I've been in the game. Let's see. My garden grass is scorched. How do I fix it? I wish I could show you some pictures and stuff. I can't do it here on the YouTube platform. They don't have it set up like Instagram. I don't think they did that yet. No, they don't. But hold on, let's see here. No, they don't. But if let me see, where did that question go? She said, Margaret, I don't know how you scorched it, but if you put too much fertilizer down, you got to suck all that fertilizer up and then put down some topsoil in those areas that are scorched. Give it a little love, water, keep mowing it, and I promise you it will come back. All right. Now, if it's just it's scorched from herbicide burn, you can do the same thing and it'll come back, but it's not going to come back in no 1 or 2 weeks. It could take 3, 4, 5 weeks, but you have to consistently keep mowing your lawn and watering it to get that area to come back right there. The reason I say topsoil and maybe some sand, because you got to give it a new thing to grow on top of or to grow into. All right, what's up from Miami? That's from Wise Up 786. I can't pronounce that. Neskio. Here we go with okay. Guys, if you're in the live stream and you're playing, please don't. Please don't. Best way, if any, to remove common Bermuda grass out of your hybrid Bermuda grass. Really there's no great way. There's no answer for that. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't know of any chemical you could spray and you can try to get the Bermuda grass to that that common Bermuda grass to disappear. All right. It's just one of those situations where you're going to have to start fresh. And the area that has the common Bermuda grass, you're going to have to figure out a way to get it ripped out of there. I don't know of a chemical that you can spray on common Bermuda grass that will run it out of hybrid Bermuda grass. That's what I'm trying to say. Make sure you keep the hybrid cut as low as you can. And sometimes that common likes to be cut a little bit higher. And sometimes that'll make it kind of start to get taken over by your hybrid right there. All right, let's see here. What up, BYD? Princess Lawn Cut is in the house. Let's see here. I'm new. Can I overseed now? I would not oversee that Bermuda grass lawn at all. I think I made that comment over and over and over and over. When you oversee your your hybrid Bermuda grass, it's going to look patchy if the other grass takes. If your if your hybrid Bermuda grass is sitting out in the sun, no shade, and you're mowing like you're supposed to, watering it like you're supposed to, then it's going to spread like it's supposed to. I think one of the issue is people just want a quick fix. All right. And it's really no quick fix to it. It's going to be consistent and constant maintenance. All right. This is from 786. What's a good snake? What's good for snakes and ticks? I've heard lime, people use that powder lime around the border. You really can't stop snakes per se. If you had snakes in your yard, either your grass is too high or you have a rodent issue somewhere nearby, and that's why they keep coming into your regular grass. Ticks, I always use a granular insect control that says it controls, kills ticks, generally every three months per se. Unless it says it lasts 6 months, then I might do it every 4 months. If you have a pet that is getting ticks, I do suggest you either get those shots for your pet or you put that flea collar or tick collar around them, and that'll help the situation. All right, I don't have ticks, I don't have fleas, I don't have mosquitoes, none of that stuff in my yard because I'm constantly treating for that. And then I have a dino trap that sucks in flying insects, all kinds of preventative measures to try to calm those things down right there. William Hudson, I have a customer who has Bermuda grass and it's patchy but wants to change to ryegrass near Anderson, South Carolina. I'm not going to have an answer for that. That's not a good situation to get yourself in. I'm just going to be real with you, William. That's if you don't do that for a living, I wouldn't get myself involved with that. I would tell them or recommend somebody who does, because it's not going to work out like they want it to, and then they're going to be looking at you at the end and you're going to be left holding the bag. All right. If you're new to the live stream, please hit and hold that like button so we can get a lot more people to come here. After this video is over, make sure you hit the like button also, and you can comment anytime in this chat or the regular chat, the regular comment when it goes into the upload. What is good to use for dreaded Dallisgrass? There's no one chemical that you could spray on Dallisgrass and it just go bye-bye. All right, I did 2 or 3 videos on that. I'm just going to tell you how I treat it. I treat it during the off season with a grass and weed killer. We kill it off when the Bermuda grass goes dormant. And then I might have to do it 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 times before it actually starts growing during the growing season. Sometimes you can pull it out, but if you know Dallisgrass, it comes out the ground in just separate spots. All right, then you get those big old seeds that hang over. It look like little caterpillars on them, and then eventually they fall down, and that's how it keeps spreading. So one of the things you could do is cut, and when you mow the lawn, you got to mow with a bagger on it. Pre-emergent helps, but most likely it's not going to just literally stop Dallisgrass. It took me 3 seasons to get it out my backyard. I haven't had it since, but I do keep a lot of pre-emergent in there. Random reviews. Let's see. Somebody said he's mad cool. I'm trying to help people. That is true. It's gonna be some guys that jump in this comment and they just gonna be silly with it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not studying those guys. I'm just gonna go on about. Has a lot of clover in it also. Spectricide 470 says it kills and controls clover, but you may need 2 applications on that, and you're gonna have to apply it at the right rate. All right, you can't just spray it on the yard and you're under applying it, and that's why those clovers don't go anywhere. All right, how do you get more customers for my business? You're gonna have to do just a lot of research. Listen, now is the time. I've been telling folks this for years. You need to have a QR code sign that you can stick in somebody's yard, and it'll direct them to your website or direct them to a scheduling list or something like that. I've been saying this for the last 8 years, and people are just now catching on QR codes. They've been doing this stuff overseas for the longest. I wish I had my wallet and I could show you my business card. I've been using QR codes for a long time now. You can You can go from door to door. That doesn't really work like it used to because people are afraid now. So you're gonna have to come up with some type of flyers that maybe you can put on door hangers. You can put on people's doors. It's illegal to hang them on the mailbox. You're gonna have to pay the post office for them to put those in the mailbox in that area. I'm just giving you I'm trying to put you on game that you can't do that. A lot of people do it, but that's not legal. And while you're servicing the yard, you can have, if it's two of you guys, the people across the street or whatever, you can say, hey, I'm cutting the guy across the street yard for, I'm making up a dollar amount, $80. We can go ahead and get you done right now, and I can come every 2 weeks to service your yard. So let's go ahead and get that started. There's many ways to do it, but you got to have somewhat of a competitive price, but you need to be able to make money at the same time. Guys, if you're in this game and you're undercutting everybody, get off this channel because you are destroying the lawn care business with all that $40 and $50 cuts. Barbers are getting $50 a cut, and some of these barbers ain't even worth $50. So you still got to go up on your prices, and you got to pay your helper or your worker a little bit more than what you've been paying them if you want them to hang around. If you're a solo guy, you can keep doing the solo, but you got to make a profit at each job. Do not take jobs and you start losing money on them and you just want to please the customer and try to finish that job. Don't do that right there. That's how you put yourself out of business right there. All right, hopefully that answered your question right there. Let's see. Can I cut my grass before going on vacation? Listen, I'm in that predicament coming up. There is a thing called plant growth regulator. You hear people talk about it, called PGR. You got to know how to apply this the correct way. All right. If you're going out of town, I'm going to give you an example. If it's May 1st, all right, and you're supposed to apply fertilizer to your yard May 10th, but May 15th through the 30th, you out of town, do not apply that fertilizer to your yard because you're going to get surge growth while you're gone. All right. The plant growth regulator is a liquid that you can spray on it. If it's Bermuda grass, it's supposed to be 0.25 ounces per every 1,000 square feet with 1 gallon of water application. I would test that in a 1,000 square foot area first before I actually do it over my entire yard to see what kind of results I get. But if you're just finna jerk out of town real quick, you're gonna have to find somebody to cut that grass while you're gone, or you're gonna have to come back, raise the height of your lawnmower, cut it. 2 days later, go down just a little bit, cut it. 3 days after that, go down a little bit more till you can get it back to its correct mowing height. But the thing with Bermuda grass, if you go out of town and you run away and you come back 2-3 weeks and it's been raining like cats and dogs and mices and mices, guys, that grass is going to get away from you. There's no real clear correct answer for that. You're going to have to figure that out. Me, I mow my grass every 3 to 4 days. So today is, what's the day, y'all? Wednesday. All right, we cut it Wednesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm out of town. Monday, I'll be back. When I get back Monday morning or Monday evening, guess what I got to do? Get out there and cut my grass. If you cut that grass and it's high, bag it up, guys. Don't let those clippings fall back into the yard at that high of a height. You want to get much of that stuff off so you can allow that water and air to keep going to it. If you mulch that high, you take 4 inches and mulch it down to 2, you putting so much thatch and dead grass in there that it may not break down fast enough. All right, how do I get rid of moles? If you have moles in your yard, this is from LHJ19. If you have moles in your yard, they could be searching for food. Here's what I suggest. Put down granular insect control to help control those moles from just running all over your yard. If you have them, they're looking for food. All right. If you got plants and something like that, I can't remember the name of this lady and her husband, but they had I can't remember the name of it. They had voles in their yard. The voles were eating the roots of their plants. So they thought it was something else, but voles would eat garden vegetables or guard the roots of plants and stuff. So you got to start protecting your stuff ahead of time. You can't wait until you have these issues. I always tell people, put down the granular insecticide. They have a product called Mole X, LE and the letter X, that you put those capsules in those tunnels. Hopefully they come by and they'll eat it and die off, you know, but I don't want to even go through that. So I always say stick with the insect control to help run some of those, to keep the insects and grubs out the yard. The other thing is too, they have a thing, it's like a little, it's not a siren. It gives off these noises that only they can hear, that sounds like a mole in distress, and the other moles hear it and they don't come. I don't think those things work that great, but that's another option right there. So those are some of the options. I would go in the big box store and walk over to the area, or even Walmart, that says this kills and controls moles. But the one that I know I see a lot of people use is called Mole X. Question right there. Congrats on 100,000 club, BYD. Appreciate that. That's from Eddie Mixon. Took a while, but we finally made it to 100,000 subscribers, and then YouTube stopped promoting my videos. I don't get it. BYD, can you fertilize with 1608 and put double dot at the... No, I would not apply 2 different types of fertilizers at the same time. It's going to be either, or it's going to be or you're going to do it 30 days apart. But putting down 1608 and then 1600, you're literally putting down almost 30% nitrogen down, which I consider is too much. Then you're applying, instead of 3 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, you're at 6 pounds per 1,000 square feet. That yard is going to grow so freaking fast until you're going to hate lawn care. What you need to do is apply either or you get a liquid, like a miner's blend that has chelated iron in it, and you spray the yard that does not have any nitrogen in it. It just has all those little minor blends in it. I can't explain it all, but look that up. And it does not have nitrogen in it, and it's going to give you that green yard. All right, it's going to give you that green yard, but it's not going to give you that surge growth. So do not apply 2 types of fertilizers at the same time, unless you're doing like meal organite and your regular fertilizer. You can do those at the same time, and you won't get that surge growth, but you'll get that deep color. But my suggestion is just stick to one, either one, and see how that works out. All right. Do you know if weed killer spray is safe on new grass? No, the granulars will kill it. If you have a new lawn, all right, and this is one of the things you're gonna have to suffer through. You're gonna have to bag that yard every cut until you get that grass to establish. So let's say you cut that yard 4 times at 2 inches, and it's more established now. Now you can start treating those weeds with a liquid weed kill. But I would not blanket spray the entire yard. I would literally target those yards individually and do a lot of spot spraying. And that way you can kill those weeds off. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to suffer through weeds for a whole freaking year. That's nonsense, because they can be treated. But you're going to have to get on a fertilizer schedule too to help boost the yard while you're going through all that stuff at the same time right there. All right, guys, if you're new to the live stream, please hit and hold that like button so we can get a lot more likes in here. If you want to do a super chat, that's fine right there, guys. When you do that, when you do a super chat, it'll let me know, and I answer your question if you have anything. I'm not gonna don't asking for super chats to answer questions. Everybody question will get answered as long as we have time. How do you get rid of Bermuda lawn in St. Augustine? You don't, and you can't. Eventually, it's going to keep coming back. You can control it. BioAdvance make a formula that says it controls. No, not take that back. I think no. That's not the formula right there. That's a hard thing to try to get rid of. So Bermuda grass is technically a weed. If you don't know what I mean by that, that means it's an undesirable grass in some other places like yours. So I don't have a clear answer for that. I drove all the way to Florida and cut the lawn care nut's yard just to look at his St. Augustine grass. And he showed me I still have some wild Bermuda growing in here. He says it's just one thing I got to try to keep the St. Augustine as healthy as possible, so it can kind of somewhat choke out the Bermuda grass, but it's just a hard thing to do. What about pre-emergent? Not understand that question, but you should have already applied pre-emergent. If you're applying it now, it's not so much too late. If you applied it earlier, like in January, February, or March, if you apply it now, you're just gonna kind of extend the control for the crabgrass. And I'm trying to think of some other summer weeds, spurs and stuff like that. If you haven't applied pre-emergent at all and you put it down now, there's a strong chance that it's just not going to work like it's supposed to, because crabgrass technically could start germinating in February. Here we are, March, April, May. So it'll start popping up here in June. So if you do apply it, it's not going to hurt the lawn, but it may not work like you want it to work. My grass looks so dry by the street. Is the street making it hotter? I wouldn't say that. It could be anything. Poor drainage, yard needs aeration, not fertilized the correct way in that area. You got shade maybe hitting that area for an extended period of time. Somebody's parking their car on the grass. The soil is a little bit different in that area, which is rare, but that could be happening. You have something, rocks or something could be in that whole particular area where the builder dumped them and hit them, and the grass is just having a hard time growing. So it's no one answer for that. It could be many. You just got to go through that list I gave you and see which one it may be with you. All right. Let me see here. We got another question from Mike Tripp. My grass, what can I spray to kill zoysia grass and Bermuda grass? Nothing. Whatever you spray to kill the zoysia, it's going to kill the Bermuda grass. It's one of them things I just don't have an answer for. If you're hitting that Bermuda grass with high nitrogen, there's a chance you can make the zoysia weak. All right, but at the side effect of that is you're going to be cutting grass like crazy, and it's going to get away from you. So there's no, I don't have an answer for that. I got a zoysia test plot in my backyard that the Bermuda grass has never ran into, because that zoysia tolerates the shade a little bit better, and it's in a shady area. So I hadn't had Bermuda to try to run over in there. So that's one of those answers that I couldn't give you a good answer for. And I don't think there is a good answer for that. All right. Leroy Bolden, grass was full of poor. It was cut once while I was gone. Did not treat poor. Did not come back like it was. You can still treat for that poor if you want to, just depending on what you're using. But understand this, temps get over 85 and they stay over that poor is going to naturally start to die off. Now, what you may start seeing is Bermuda grass seed heads popping up in your Bermuda grass right now, because my whole yard was full of them. But I keep my yard mowed, so you really can't tell. But I do see that little fuzzy on there. The areas where the poor is dying, it's like gaps, and the grass is starting to grow over into that. But this is one of the reasons why I kept telling people, don't listen to these people telling you just keep cutting your yard with poor in it, because when it start dying, your yard gonna have so many brown looking dead patches where that grass was at. It's just gonna be an issue right there. So right now, you're gonna have to make that decision. If you do use a herbicide, try the Image Red Label. That way it'll kill that, and maybe about, I don't forget, the nutsedge, crabgrass, trying to think henbit, some other stuff like that, wild onion. It'll knock that stuff out too. All right. So that was from Leroy Bolden. We got one here from Lando da Commando. What does it mean when you have mushrooms in your yard? I'm in Locust Grove. This means the organic matter is breaking down in those spots. That's not a bad thing. I wouldn't worry about it. If you're going to pull them out, use your hand, but put a glove on. Don't touch the raw mushroom with your hand, because you just don't know what kind of mushroom it is. You can keep mowing and just mulch over them. Don't go out there like a little kid and kicking them all in the ground, because I used to do that for fun, but that ain't the way to go right there. You can bag it up. It's just, mushroom doesn't mean that you have a bad yard. Now, you can put fungicide down that can help. All right, but that's not going to prevent mushrooms when mushrooms decide to grow in your yard. Just keep mowing, pull them up by hand, put them in the bag, throw them away. All right, that was from Lendo, the Commando. Somebody put down here, red pepper works on snakes. I never done that before, but check it out. And see, here goes this other idiot right here. Guys, do me a favor. This is his name is Canet Zoe. I want you to go to his profile and report him. Because you see what he says. I mean, you get people like this that's just so low class that they just want to play and they don't have nothing else to do. It has to be a kid, somebody between 15 to 22 years old playing on the internet. Please stop. You have to stay on it. That's from Mr. Rogers. Thanks from Hudson. Let's see, Lenny. Okay, I got another one of my mothers have Bahia grass and have St. Augustine. How do I encourage the St. Augustine to take over? You just, I'm not going to say impossible, but I never heard of, I'm going to try to get the St. Augustine to outperform the Bahia. Both of them like nitrogen. All right, so there's no real good answer for that. If you keep hitting it hard with nitrogen, both of them just gonna still keep growing. I don't have an answer for that. I just don't know. You might want to Google that question and let me know. All right, here we go with these guys playing, man. I can't stand this, man. I can't stand this. Hold on, guys. I gotta get rid of a few people here. All right, guys, if you're playing in the comments, please go turn your video game on and start playing that video game that the kids play. All right, let's see if we got any more questions here. Hey, BYD, have a Bermuda grass, but still have a lot of pour. Once again, the pour, once it gets 85 degrees or higher, you'll start seeing that pour naturally die off. You can still treat it. Just note that if you do treat it, it takes 3 to 5 weeks. Being it getting hot, it may take 2 to 3 weeks for it to start dying off. You can use, the only one in the big box store that you can buy is Image Red Label. All right, that kills pour out of Bermuda grass. All right, don't spray Image Red Label on fescue because it's going to damage your fescue. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to get as many questions as I can. Okay to spray weed and feed on 8-month sod. I think I already answered that, but the answer is I don't recommend it. I don't recommend you spraying liquid weed and feed over that sod because you're spraying it all over the sod. I recommend you putting down a granular and either hand pulling those weeds or you actually spot spray those weeds. All right. You could possibly blanket spray it, but it could damage that grass. So take the safer way out. Don't go out there and murder the grass just yet with herbicides. You got to be careful when you got new grass growing right here. We got a lot of questions here. First time homeowner, what should be my main concern with my lawn? Never really had to maintain a lawn before. I did a video called, matter of fact, I got 2 of them, a playlist for new homeowners. Then I got a thing where you go shopping and get the right equipment for new homeowners. My main concern as a new homeowner, I would start mowing ASAP and bagging it up. All right. You need to get a great fertilizer. So I'm going to just tell you stuff you can go in the store and get. I would get the Let's Go 2406. You can get that at Home Depot. Lowe's has a version of it too, but I would go to the Home Depot and get that. I would also blanket spray, if this is an established lawn that's been there for a year, use Spectricide 470 and blanket spray the entire yard, but you got to know your square feet. All right, this is not something that you just go get and you got 20,000 square feet and you think one bottle is going to make it. If this yard is not established, you need to mow and bag your lawn each cut. Don't recompost that grass. Don't put it in flower beds, none of that stuff. Got to get rid of that. Now, that'll get you started, but if you want more information, this channel right here, make sure you subscribe. Go to Bermuda Grass. Type in Bermuda Grass Central and new homeowner. And I got, man, 4 or 5 videos for you. I left my push more and the sprinkler got, let me say, I left my push mower and the sprinkler got it wet. Now it makes a lot of noise. Should I don't know why it's making that noise. I don't, like, you gonna have to, you might have to get Junior or somebody to help you out with that one right there. Could be anything. It shouldn't be making noise because it got wet. I just, maybe something else happened and you don't realize it. So I would get somebody else to check that out for me, because that's something that I can't just tell you this is what it is and I hadn't seen the lawnmower. Sorry, I think you just answered my question. No problem. Super weeds. Let me see. I have to. All right. Hope I'm back here. That Wi-Fi is starting to act up, guys. Let's see here, bro. Those are the thickest glasses I've seen in Mississippi. These are actually still. Let's see here. Still work glasses right here. All right. Maximum protection right here, guys. Maximum protection. For pre-emergent, what fertilizer should I use? Try Bio Advance 5-in-1. When should I overseed, Eddie? You should never overseed a hybrid Bermuda grass lawn. Savage CR-X, Kentucky bluegrass. What's your opinion? If you stay in an area that can take Kentucky bluegrass, there's nothing wrong with it. Mow it at 3-4 inches, keep it fertilized, and you are good to go. Go check out my man Polo. What is it? Polo Field Lawns Care. I think he actually does that. I got messages being held for review. I don't know why. Okay, this is another idiot right here. Let me see if I can get rid of this guy. All right, guys. Sometimes I pause because we do have some idiots in the which columns. When you go live like this, it's a lot of people that come in and start spamming. I hate that it's hard to find in New York. Yeah, states won't actually have some of these products. Like California, everything is Proposition 69, which means it's a possibility that it may cause cancer, so they won't allow the sale of certain products. I think in New York State, if I'm not mistaken, you got a lot of products that you can't get. And I think in New York State too, when you get your yard treated for chemicals, they got to let the neighbors on each side know that you are getting your yard treated. So you won't find all these chemicals in every state. Sometimes you can't even order them from Amazon because Amazon won't ship it to that state. How do I kill Dallisgrass weed or crabgrass? You can kill crabgrass with anything that says it has quinclorac in it. All right, may not necessarily kill it right off, but look for a product and read the label and see if you say it says it has quinclorac in it. Dallisgrass, that's something that you're gonna treat on the off season. I have a video, three videos for that. Type in Bermuda Grass Central, how to kill Dallisgrass, and those videos will come up. I'm getting some news on Saturday. Help filling in best spots. Listen, Mr. Rogers, I did a video last year on new sod lawn care. Type in new sod lawn care / Bermuda Grass Central, and that video will come up. And the reason I can't tell you everything because it's like not 1,000, 8 things that you got to really take care of. If you spray, let's see here. Here we go again. These people with these, oh my God. Guys, I'm sorry. YouTube has to do a better job of what they're doing, but they're not figuring this out. Hydrochain is getting expensive, BYD. Dealing with water restrictions in Florida. It's the box store. There is no alternative water chemical like hydrochain in the big box store now. Scott's Fertilizer claim they have water smart technology in theirs, but it is what it is. So hydrochain, if you buy it by the gallon, you're gonna come out cheaper. The granular costs an arm and a leg. Just remember that. Let's see. Leroy Bolden, I have a tree stump that did not grind, is now infested with ants. How do I get rid of them? You're gonna have to spray a whole bunch of liquid weed killer on it. Not weed killer, liquid insect control on it. That'll kill them off. Considering burning the stump, you could try that. That's not necessarily gonna get rid of them, and it's not gonna really necessarily burn that stump down into the ground. So you could try either or those. I would try the liquid insect control first, saturate that tree stump, and then I would get that stuff that you drill the holes in and pour the liquid in, and it eats the tree stump up also. Try that before you set it on fire. All right, thanks BYD. I watch your videos all the time. What do you use for Bermuda mites? I use a granular insect control like Spectricide. It's called Spectricide Triicide. That used to be my number one, but now it's Bug. What's it called? Bug Be Gone, Bug Gone, or something like that by Ortho. That stuff lasts longer. Like it says, it lasts up to 6 months, so I just say 4 months. And I constantly put that down 2 to 3 times a season, and I don't have any issues. It's some bugs, guys, that just gonna come, but you're gonna have to put down something to help control them. Will you have a bug-free lawn? I say my yard is probably about 95% bug-free, but I do have a dino trap in there also to help control the mosquitoes and what's those big giant things that look like mosquitoes? Crane flies. It controls those too. So you're gonna have to put this stuff down. But the issue, like I said, people keep waiting till they have the issue, and then they start trying to get rid of the issue. Do the preventative things. Put it down way before that. You don't have to wait till you see you got insects to control them. Hi, boss. What's the best product for weeds and flower bed? I did a video on that. This is from Sunderbean. Type in Bermuda Grass Central, how to control the weeds in your flower bed, because there's no one chemical that's going to do all of that. It's like a procedure that you have to do. One of the things is this right here. You got to snatch them weeds out by hand, but there are some chemicals that you can use to kind of push back and contain those weeds that are in your flower beds. I have the large, he said he got a dino trap too. I got two of them. I got one in the front, which is the little bitty one that covers 1/4. I got the big one in the back that covers up to an acre. Ever since I put it down, my neighbor said they hadn't had mosquitoes in 3 years. I got the Mosquito Joe steel backpack blower mist sprayer, hadn't used it in 4 years ever since I put that down. Thank you, bro. You are a turf professional as far as I'm concerned. I appreciate that. From Larry Bolden, I have pest control technicians. I have no bugs. That's one way to go to. Any remedy for those nasty slugs? Listen, you can, okay, this is going to sound horrible. You can use salt, but if you put salts on slugs and they hit it, they just going to curl up. I don't like seeing that. But they do have some stuff in the Walmart or any other store. It's called, I can't remember the exact name, but it has a big slug on the front. It's a yellow box. And you could put this in where you grow plants, where you grow food, like, the food, vegetables and stuff like that, in front of the flower beds and stuff like that. And that stuff works too. So just go into Home Depot, Lowe's. I saw it at Walmart, to be real with you, and it was actually cheaper in Walmart. I don't know how much it was. I think it was like $10 at Lowe's and $6 at Walmart. All right, guys. So it seemed like we got everybody's question answered here. I'm sorry that we had a few people that are playing in the which column. I wish we could report those people. I can't get rid of them. I can just hide them off the channel or whatever. I think that's it. All right, guys. So we answered all your questions. If you got any more questions, put those down in the comment section down there after this video go live. You're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. It's Michael Bowman. I'll talk to you soon.